Cool. So, podcast number 2, which we still did not figure out the name. We have 2 subtopics on the topic today. The main topic I want to discuss.
Yeah.
Which is going to be...
It's going to be the Google update and how it's going to affect everything.
Yes, the Google Crackdown on organic content.
Oh, yeah.
Or AI content, sorry. And also organic content in that way.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a buzz, yeah.
Indeed. Well, it's been quite some time, it's been like a few weeks, but I think it's still good to talk about it.
Yeah.
Alright, so, starting with the weird stuff on the internet, I'll go first.
Go for it.
I found this post that was quite funny. So, a lot of businesses in US, because a lot of this content that is getting uploaded, where people actually like scream at the people, the receptionists of sort of fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, there's always like Karen that cannot keep her shit together. So what they started doing, they started putting these posters that say, we can fight at this location, so think before you speak, Popeyes. And they started posting that basically everywhere. And it's, I think it's hilarious because I thought, okay, maybe it's a one-off thing. But more stuff like that is happening, the more they just start putting these signs.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that they just cannot stand anymore all the basically disrespect of the workers at fast food restaurants.
Yeah, it doesn't make people's lives hell. Come on. Nobody needs to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your weird stuff from the nets?
I've got 2. So my first one is a smaller one. It was tied to our main topic, which we'll get to later, but it was kind of funny. Somebody posted, I was trying to Google how many calories a baby should take in a day, and the first result showed me how many calories are in a baby if you were to eat it.
Google search?
Yeah. This is Google's output, like, this is how many calories are in a baby if you could.
I mean, sure. If that's your jam, I guess.
But yeah, that's just a testament to how search optimization is.
You know what? So some people don't question, like if we're talking about just people actually Googling for stuff, they see the first thing like, okay, this satisfies my need. That's what AI just ruins critical thinking.
Yeah, the main thing with AI, and particularly with these featured snippets, is that people are just it's kind of gonna ruin content.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna write anymore. These search engines are just going to use the AI content and put it out first, and people will just stop writing because that feeds the AI.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, right?
Yeah.
The more garbage content comes in, the more garbage content comes out, and people don't question it.
Yeah. My other thing was, this is our subtopic for today, which is a company called Liquid Death. You heard about this?
Yes, I've seen, but I haven't checked the news.
They basically sell canned water.
Yeah.
But they called it Liquid Death and put a skull logo on it and made it all like marketable. So, but it's water.
Make water cool and
Make water cool again, yeah.
This is like Red Bull, right? They don't sell, like if you go any social media on Red Bull, they don't sell Red Bull anymore. They sell the lifestyle, the extreme, the feeling, whatever. Same concept.
Back in Pakistan, one of Red Bull's marketing strategies was to get like a professional BMX guy, and he was doing tricks and stuff. And I'm like, you're not selling Red Bull at this point.
You want to associate, I drink Red Bull, so therefore, look at me, I'm extreme.
Yeah, and they do all these stunts, like get a guy to jump from like space. You remember that one?
Yeah. I've seen. I like the one when they had also people jumping from an airplane. So basically, sky jumps. Red Bull, they're playing like super extreme stuff all the time, and in reality, again, that's just like that's not a drink.
Nah, I mean, Red Bull's fine if you need to pick me up, but I think their entire strategy has now just become like, because, okay, part of it is kind of, this was a trend started by like Heineken.
Yeah.
And what happened was, you can't advertise alcohol or drinks that are bad for you. You know, and just in general, advertising something that is supposed to have a taste, you can't really do that via ads. So you have to do all these roundabout associations.
Yeah, that's true. Right now, you can advertise alcohol-free, and they're all, some companies like, oh, yes, we're an alcohol company, we have to make more sales. We don't advocate for drinking. However, we want to see numbers go up, satisfy all the stakeholders, whatever. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's a good one. So what happened to it? It just went viral, or?
Yeah, they've just been selling this water stuff, and somebody else wrote, this was written by Jacob Stern. Liquid Death's success is really not about the water at all. It's about understanding that it has a valuable brand. To the extent the company is selling anything, it's selling metal.
Fair. Yeah, obviously with I can see already some old, I don't know, rockers who are, or Harley Davidsons, what I drink? Because you cannot, they used to drink beer and drive, right?
Yeah.
Because that was a legal thing back then. But now they're like, what I drink? Liquid Death. Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, this reminds me of a thing I saw where people were selling a dog bowl.
Okay.
But it wasn't for dogs. This was a company that used to sell dog bowls, but they started selling a man bowl. They just wrote "man" on it.
What bowl was it?
It was a bowl. It was a dog bowl. The kind you usually put food in for the dog, and they just wrote the word "man" on it in like military lettering. So we're like, yeah, we'll sell it to dudes now.
Why are we doing this? Fair enough.
Sometimes just relabeling a thing is marketing department's like, our job is done.
Yes, what we're gonna do? Just find a affinity market. It's not. Yeah, but I guess if you have like some sort of fighter dog, so now you're like, you don't want some pussy ass pink dog bowl. You're like, what? It's a nut bowl. All right. I read as well one cool thing this week about, again, coming back to AI in pets. Actually, it's called Cat Royale. So there was this artist association from, let me see, where was it? Somewhere in UK. So basically it was an artist association from UK. What they did, they built an AI arm, like a robotic arm, and they put in a room where they put a bunch of cats in it. So they put like 4 cats for 6 hours a day, and what this AI arm did, it tried to figure out which cat likes what type of game. So basically to entertain it, to play with it. So cats, they could explore 6 hours a day the whole room, and the arm would feed a specific cat with specific food that they saw that it ate more or better, and it basically played with, it was 36 toys in the whole room. The cats, I like that cat's name. Pumpkin, Clover, Ghostbuster, and let me find the other one. I cannot find it. Yeah, Pumpkin, Clover, Ghostbuster, and they had different kind of activities, and the AI arm was tailoring those activities depending on the cat. And it was an artist installation from March 22nd until April 2nd. Brinton, England. So that's where. And this association apparently exists from 1991. Every time you hear from artist installation, you don't think a bunch of geeks from a university from 1991 just installing an AI arm, a robotic arm, and putting a bunch of cats in it. I think that's hilarious. I think it's pretty cool that what they did, they called it Cat Royale.
No, I'd like to see that.
You can see there are 5 videos. They're all like half an hour long. I watched like 3 of them. Like, okay, I understood what they're trying to do, but they basically recorded all of the footage of, they're chilling, they're eating, they're playing. And I think that's pretty cool as well that they did. And they had like a small observation, sometimes when you have a police interviews and there's like this glass room that you don't see the people on the other side. So they had also that set up so the cats do not get distracted. So it's just funny.
Then I guess we can move on to the main topic.
Or maybe wait, let me do the last one.
Oh, come on.
That's on topic 2. This is funny because this is about, because the market is, job market is crazy right now. A lot of people, they're trying to figure out what to do. And I found 3 posts from a subreddit called Antiwork.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I just want to read one. It's a place called Num Num, and they're searching for a dishwasher. And the qualifications are: with pleasing personality, must be at least 18 years old, honest, hardworking, team player, male, female, gay, whatever is fine. Must have a master's degree in doctoral degree, whatever that would, Knowledge in quantum physics is a plus. I thought it's a joke, but apparently the guy who posted this, he's working there and he saw this and he was a dishwasher. He was like, this is ridiculous. And also he's like, I feel offended. The other one I found, the second one is about a lady. Judge rules against woman fired without cause during maternity leave. Orders she pay the ex-employer $9,000.
What?
Well, because she ruined the company's income by having a baby. So therefore,
America.
Of course, of course. And the last one is a position I found. It says skills required. Boast a minimum of 1-2 years of prior experience in the customer service realm. Embrace the full-time hustle, including the weekends and holidays, because superheroes don't take days off when duty calls. Flaunt exceptional written and verbal communication skills paired with a superhero-level problem-solving ability that can navigate the dynamic startup scene. It's two more, but Jesus Christ. Show off your versatility with both collaborative, teamwork, and independent tasks. Your positive, enthusiastic, and compassionate attitude is your secret weapon. Yeah, working during holidays, weekends, 12 hours a day. Previous experiences with medical terminologies like having a bonus bar. But don't worry, if you haven't unlocked the achievement yet, comprehensive training awaits. Just cringe, man. It's like, I'm reading this, but the fact that you have to work here, full-time hustle, including weekends and holidays, because superheroes don't take days off.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I have a anti-work story that's from my own life, though.
Go ahead.
I was staying at a friend's house in New Jersey. And I got stranded there because a hurricane was happening. Mm-hmm. And my friend, he used to work at a Domino's. They told him to come in to work during the hurricane. Nobody was gonna order. Nothing happened, you know. But they forced him, and they were like, "You're fired otherwise." And he went to work. And while he was driving there, his car got flooded, mm-hmm. and it broke down in the middle of the road. And at that point, he was like, "Hey, I can sue my employer." And they were like so like nice to him, deferential after that, you know.
It's just, well, first of all, America.
Yeah.
There's just no understanding of, I don't know, it's like everybody.
No boundaries, man.
At all. Like there is no understanding of private space or health. It's like I also really like on this. You have to take if you're sick. Like, oh, for how long am I gonna be sick? I don't know. Until I get better. That's like so difficult to get this concept, and I think a bunch of boomers, they still don't understand that, you know, if you're sick, you're sick. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're legit sick and you don't know when you're gonna get better, but stuff like that, like this is happening. That's what they're putting aside, that we can fight here in Domino, so don't pull this shit on us.
Yeah, I mean, this is why companies in America are having like a wave of unionization because they've had enough of this stuff.
It's like we should do another topic about unionization and how they show it, how they ban it, how like McDonald's, Coca-Cola is against that.
I mean, I could write a book about the insane stuff companies do. There's this particular company that's entire market is shutting down unions for other companies. They're a consultancy. We'll talk about that some other time, though. That's a whole different topic.
That's true.
But it's insane. They've been hired by everyone. And like, to put a pin on this point with final, when the writer's strike was happening, they were using such strange tactics to get these Hollywood writers to stop unionizing. One of the things they did is, while they were protesting, the company decided this is the area they're going to be walking by. We're going to clip all of the trees so they don't have shade. So the sun would be bearing down on them.
Wow, well, it's petty torture. Just modern life torture.
Yeah. I mean, you know, thankfully we don't have that here. You know?
Yes, I do agree. All right, let's move to the main topic of the day.
All right, our main topic today is Google's AI content removal. And there's no official word on this, though. They are removing AI content. Some have suggested like 60% has been removed, or others were suggesting like 90% got removed or something. But there's no like official word on it.
I've seen 40, I think, in their statement. They're like around 40% is going to be removed.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't know how reliable that is, because AI content is hard to detect a lot of times. And not all AI content seems like AI content either. Like if you insert something and you paraphrase it, I don't think Google picks that up quite as easily.
I think there's like some things that you can. For example, you have to separate it by, let's say, audio AI content, like music. You have video AI content, and then you have the last one would be, let's say, text, right? That's what search engines do, right? They do everything that has a meta in the description. So what I saw that they proposed, imagine everyone writes about the same topics in the world in English, and everyone uses ChatGPT and asks the same question. Write me a topic about SEO. Write me a topic, and some of them are so lazy, don't paraphrase it, they don't rewrite it, they just copy paste it. Therefore, I see Google saying, hey, there's a bunch of lazy people who use the same exact tools, answering the same exact questions, and uploading and publishing it. Why would this unoriginal content that is obviously, they reverse engineer, let's say, the LLM that is being used, because you can build up on it, and then you reverse engineer and say, well, this is obvious that everyone who used the word ecstatic, it's like, oh, it's probably ChatGPT going crazy. So they can roll it back. So that's my understanding of this. I made a few pros and cons as well on it. I wrote that the main wins, I think, it's transparency, right? So what they're going to do, for example, Google says, I'm not going to rank your SEO topic because it's AI. And maybe it's going to be marked as AI. And maybe you will be ranked, but they will just say, this is unoriginal, this is just generated. The question is, are people going to consume that or not? The other win, I think it's basically security, right? Because if you generate, again, this is kind of getting into transparency/security, that you can mark the content and being very transparent that, hey, this was again generated. And the other one that I wrote is policy enforcement. So Google commitment to basically enforcing policies against the misuse of, let's say, AI content. So for example, YouTube provides the framework for identifying and mitigating unethical use of AI technologies. I see, because I watch a bunch of crypto girls every day. So what happens, I get all these CEOs from crypto companies with fake AI voices selling stuff like, we at BlackRock, we are launching this campaign where we're giving away 1 million Bitcoin. So send the initial Bitcoin to this QR and let's go. YouTube doesn't ban that. And obviously there's no meta description that it's AI voice, AI video, ads are running. YouTube's like, well, Google, we're getting all the money. Why would we block this, ban this? And there's maybe no way of identifying unless people report it. But not everyone reports it. Some are just, like me, just a basic consumer, like, oh shit, this again. Here we go again, I don't like this, but I report all the time, but not everyone reports that. So there are some wins if they enforce that, because it's going to clean up, I hope, the internet a little bit.
It's become way too easy to publish anything now, and it's kind of, the amount of times I've run into stuff for my work at least, that's clearly AI generated. And when you look at it, there are certain phrases that I instantly know that it's AI. Like with us, I write about sustainability and solar panels mostly. And what happens is there's this one particular phrase that always shows up, and I instantly know it's AI generated, which is harnessing the power of the sun. If you see that in a page about solar panels, I'm like, oh, this person just used ChatGPT to do their intro.
Exactly. So it's unoriginal, right? You already see it, and everyone's going to do that. Everyone's going to start noticing, oh, is this thing? Why would I, trust the internet? And he's so lazy, this person. I'm gonna respect this.
It's also when all of this content gets developed, doesn't it show up as like a Yoast readability error, like plagiarism? Like when
it's not too much similarity, you mean?
Doesn't it get tagged as that?
But maybe it will. Now, if they're going to block it, every SEO tool or plugin that is going to be trying to make you rank, let's say right now Google says 40% of all the internet that is garbage and it's AI generated, we don't rank. So if the plugins that help you optimize SEO do not help you not to create shit content, they will also fail. So in success of organic is also success of these plugins and so on. So I see them also being on board and helping rather than being counterproductive with this new release.
I imagine a lot of these plagiarism checkers will just run stuff through the LLM to see if it matches.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, like a lazy LLM scanner, something like that. Totally.
I mean, it's kind of becoming an issue for Google as well because they need people to actually write, and actual people, and that's their entire business model. And when people are just doing AI-generated content, there's no contribution but from humans going on. And the other thing is they have a vested interest in making Gemini work, so they're kind of double dipping in a way.
That's true.
I'm a bit cynical about the AI content removal, especially because Google in recent years has become really, really competitive. Did you hear about that thing Google did, where they were sued in court for? They basically make Chrome the default browser in phones, But they were like, oh no, it's not an anti-competitive practice, and they're like, but you're paying companies, and you're saying we're gonna there's gonna be negative consequences for phone companies if they don't have Google Chrome.
Wow, well, no, I didn't see that. I saw only Apple getting sued exactly for that, for marking the Android texts in whatever Messenger green or whatever. Yeah, it's the first time after so many years. But yeah, I didn't hear about that.
It's an interesting case. I'll show it to you later because that's besides the point. Sadly, we got to return to the main topic, which Google's AI content is gonna be. It's still difficult because we use AI at work, and this is a thing we started doing recently, which is to get featured snippets. We look at what keywords have featured snippets from our competitors. We insert that and tell Gemini to optimize it for a Google search.
I mean, you can do it manually, right? It's not like you are using it to generate something bad. It's I'm lazy, can you do this for me, right? It's not bad. It's not counterproductive. It's not creating more garbage. It's just making you more technically, let's say, advanced and being competitive. They can do that too, and that's okay, as long as the content is not, copy-pasted.
No, for us, we only use it for the formatting,
Yeah, that's perfect.
For us, it's the equivalent of using Semrush,
Yeah.
We use our own data, but we ask it to take this text, optimize it for Google, and then we put our own numbers in there.
So but it is original text.
Yeah, it's original text. We just borrow some help.
Yeah, that's what actually it's a good segue, because I wrote also how to deal with it. And you kind of answered this. You say basically that there is human touch that has to be in there, right? So that you cannot reverse engineer it and point that AI is doing this, and because you can automate the whole pipeline of creating content, SEO content using whatever, scan Reddit, pick top 10, compile AI text using ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever, and then push it into WordPress blog. So human touch is key. So basically penalizing everything that it doesn't have the human touch. The other one I wrote is quality over quantity. So Google Crackdown is all about stopping the flood of basically uninspired content to boost the visibility. I wrote be original, be unique. So dodge the bullet by creating the content that does not feel rehearsed. So everyone, again, it's exactly the same thing. Everyone asks, write me an article about traveling in Asia, right? Everyone asks the same stuff. No one's original. So that's why you have a bunch of copy-pasted content. Transparency as well. So again, maybe they'll find a way to say, hey, this guy or this website has 90% of AI content and it's just gonna pull you down. So you'll have to fix that. And the other one as well, of course, we're talking about the update, but if your business depends solely on organic traffic, it's a bad marketing strategy, right? If you're going to put all your eggs into one basket, you're prone as well to fail. But so you have to make sure that it's not only fake SEO content that you're going to put out there. You have a nice marketing mix, and you don't share that somewhere else. Because again, if you depend on SEO, that's bad business practice. So, and now again, with so much content being released, it's going to be very difficult to rank. Because now obviously everything's paid is up the search engine. Sucks. But yeah, there are ways to deal with it. I'm generally quite positive about it. Because for us, we never wrote anything using AI. We have like, I don't know, now 700 articles in like 7 languages, and not a single one was AI generated.
Well, we did one test with AI content, we did one article just to see if there was a difference in ranking, and it didn't do very well.
Yeah, no. So it's a little bit of creative/science/ whatever core update Google decides this year that is gonna screw up the websites.
Yeah. I mean, back in, I'd say November, I was tasked with testing AI organic content.
Yeah.
And basically our boss sent us a bunch of AI generated pages and that we had to edit to see how well they would perform, what would happen, And from our side, they didn't perform any better or worse than the stuff we wrote, but it was such a headache to edit them down into something like with a proper structure, and there were so many repeated phrases. This idea that you can just auto-generate everything and it'll be as good as a human being writing it, it takes so much work, you might as well write it yourself. But I guess it's really handy. It's like, it's like a calculator. You can either do the math yourself or you can insert it into a little device,
That's true.
And I think for some people who don't have that ability to write, this is something I've come around to recently, which is some people just aren't wired that way, and it's really handy for them.
Yeah, to give a structure, to get inspired. But I hope that they will somehow again help with this transparency. That's like, hey, do not do this because yes, you have issues with being creative and doing great SEO article copywriting. Therefore, hire one, right? Or if you want to do it, try to do it well.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of middle lining.
Particularly, I think it's a real issue for universities right now.
Oh yeah,
that's where it's mainly just proliferating because people are like, why the hell should I work if I can just get like AI to write it? At the same time, I'm just like, you're paying for an education. Do the work, man.
Yeah, well, that's a different topic. Yeah. Right, I have a joke for you.
Go for it.
What's Mozart up to these days?
Decomposing.
Fuck, man, how did you know?
I read that one. I saw it on Reddit.
Yes, that's exactly where I found it.
Alright. 2 peanuts were walking down the street. One was assaulted. It's a terrible joke, but
But I like that.
We're staying on brand with that.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Hope you enjoyed this conversation, and see you next time.
Ciao.